Hello there and welcome to my channel. In this video I will be showing you how to use one dress for all seasons. I'm currently an exchange student in South Korea where the weather can differ quite drastically throughout the year, so when I was packing for my exchange year I had to find a way to really maximize my suitcase space, and because of that I had to find ways to use every single item of clothing I did bring with me to its full potential, which is what I will be showing you here. First off is this summer look, which is obviously the easiest one to do. When finding the right dress to bring with you, it's important that you find a dress that is fairly neutral in both color and texture, so it will be more versatile when styling it for different seasons. It is also important to find a dress that is not too lightweight, as it will look a little bit odd when it comes to winter. Also, you should steer clear of overly frilly dresses, as they will be harder to layer with. This dress that I chose has a faded green color, which is neutral enough to combine well with most other colors and seasons. It has this detailing in the bodice, which makes it a good piece on its own, as well as an A-line style that is flattering for most body types. It is knee length, which will come in handy later for the winter outfit. Since the dress currently doesn't have too much detailing, I worked with these sparkly sandals to make it a little bit more fun and interesting, as well as these sunglasses and hat to protect me from the pretty aggressive Korean sun. For autumn, I decided to use this dress as a shirt by layering a skirt over it. Most important thing here is to find a skirt that is longer than the dress itself. You should also look for a slightly heavier fabric for the skirt so that there will be no outline of the dress underneath. Also, for proportion's sake, definitely make sure that the skirt is high-waisted. Therefore, I use this A-line pleated knee-length skirt that is made from a heavy material. It has this beige and black plaid pattern, which goes well with the faded green of the dress. I combined it with a black blazer for some extra warmth and these black open-toed block heels with an asymmetrical pattern to make the look somewhat less stuffy and formal. For this look, any dress will do as long as it is fitted around the waist to make for easier layering. For winter, I switched the function of the dress by wearing it as a skirt. I combined it with this green sweater with buttons and embroidered detailing on the chest. I also combined it with these thigh-high leather boots with fur lining for extra warmth. The good thing about a long A-line dress like this is that you can easily wear multiple thick tights or leggings underneath for extra warmth, which is exactly what I did this winter. Another layering tip is to wear a top underneath both the sweater and the dress. This way the ends won't peek out from underneath the sweater and you'll have an extra layer of protection. Usually with longer sweaters or tops, I tuck one end of the sweater into the waist of my pants or skirt so that the materials don't overwhelm my frame. Obviously with a dress you can't really do that, so for this look you want to look for a sweater that's a bit more on the cropped side so that you don't lose your waist. However, I have noticed that in Korea many girls do prefer the more boxy look, so if that's what you like, don't let me stop you. Once again, most dresses would work in this case as long as they are not too tight and on the longer side so that you can wear multiple tights and long boots to protect you from the cold, wind, and snow. This again is why you want to choose a dress that has a slightly sturdier fabric as opposed to one that is made from something like silk or chiffon. Finally, for spring, I wore the dress as a skirt once more, but this time with a button-up. Since again I didn't want to lose my waist, I tied the skirt up in a cute knot in the front to highlight my waist and to add a fun little element. The outfit itself is pretty neutral in both color and texture, so I decided to pair it with these more intense brown leather block-heeled sandals with gold hardware detailing. They add some fun visual interest in an otherwise simple look, and they tie in well together with the brown and black earrings that I've been wearing for all the outfits so far. As with the winter outfit, I advise you to take a more cropped top to retain your silhouette. However, as opposed to the winter outfit, for spring you can tie a knot in any shirt or button-up that you have to make it shorter because the materials tend to be a lot thinner for spring. One thing to keep in mind here, as well as with the winter outfit, is to look for a top that has a higher neckline than the dress. With a button-up, you can simply button up all the way if necessary. In short, you should find a dress that is neutral in both color and texture, long and cinched around the waist, and for the layering items you want a high-waisted skirt, crop top, and a high neckline. Hopefully this was helpful for all of you who want to use their clothes to their full potential, those who want to start a capsule wardrobe, or those who like me were forced into the minimalist lifestyle because of lack of suitcase space. Bye!